All right, are you getting this, Brody? We've already found maybe an innocent victim of one of these Florida Scrub J murders. We're coming upon the victim right now. This hog.
Oh, hi.
We don't know what happened to this hog, but it could have been one of the victims of the Scrub Jays. Rest in peace.
In 1999, 10,000 Florida students signed an open letter to the government in hopes of changing the state bird from the northern mockingbird, which is the state bird of 4 other states and found all over the South, to the Florida scrub jay, the only one unique to the state. They did this in a bid to raise awareness about the bird, whose populations had declined by 90% and who have lost almost all of their habitat to high and dry real estate developments that necessitate a total destruction of the scrub. Their effort and all efforts that have followed since, including one as recent as December of last year, have been taken down by one very strange but very, very powerful opponent, Miss Marion C. Hammer. This woman was the longtime lobbyist of the NRA in Tallahassee and a former president of the NRA, and she is responsible for the most extreme gun laws in the country, most of which began here in Florida. For example, the Stand Your Ground Law Act, which allows anyone in Florida to murder anyone else as long as they feel threatened.
The way this works is like, imagine that you're just like a hog and you're just walking down the road and you cross paths with this Florida scrub jay who feels like real threatened by you for some reason. You know, they're a little bit smaller. Maybe they got these biases and prejudices that they've kind of accumulated over their life. And, you know, they feel threatened. They shoot you dead in the street. And understand your ground. This is entirely legal.
She has ushered in an environment of gun violence so rampant in the state that in recent years, people have begun to call this place the Gunshine State. Now, what's so interesting about this is that her hatred for human beings doesn't even hold a candle to her hatred for the Florida scrub jay. In her testimony in 1999 against the bird becoming the state bird, she said that Florida scrub jays, and I quote, commit robbery, murder, and that they have a dangerous welfare mentality that adds to their criminal conduct. Now, while I have lived in Florida my whole life, I have never seen this happen, and I feel that these are some very serious accusations. However, as a journalist, I wanted to give Marion a fair shake. I wanted to know if I can find anyone who has seen a Florida scrub jay commit robbery or murder. So today, I'm out here. I'm going to be out in the streets on the rail trail between Sebastian and Fellsmere to see if I can find anyone who has seen this bird commit any of these serious offenses. Let's go. Alrighty, so have you ever seen this bird commit robbery or murder?
No.
Have you ever seen this bird commit robbery or murder? Non. Jamais vu cet oiseau-là commettre un meurtre?
Non, j'ai jamais vu. Non plus. Non plus. Non.
So I was unable to verify Miss Hammer's claims, and that brings me to my last point. Implying that birds can commit robbery or murder or have a criminal conduct at all is absurd. We figured this out a few hundred years ago, and so this is clearly doublespeak, a political tactic to obscure the truth by using language incorrectly. So what is the truth that she wants to obscure? The truth is that Miss Marion believes that if this were to become the state bird, the state would do more to protect it, and that would be bad for the private property owners like the out-of-state subdivision developers who are snatching up the last pieces of high and dry land, which, yes, would certainly be more protected if it weren't for a state legislature completely corrupted by political action committees like the NRA. And now it's time to get even more serious. Living in this state makes me think of 1984 all the time, and I read that book entirely too young. But it's because in a place where senseless gun laws rule and where the real estate market puts golden handcuffs on on homeowners and it puts a stranglehold on renters. And where, like the Florida scrub jay, locals are treated like a problem to be solved instead of the wealth of knowledge that they are. And on top of that, words have become meaningless in their own right. Ignorance is strength. This is Taylor Stanley, reporting from my hometown of Sebastian, Florida for Channel 5 News. Thank you.